Hi guys, Bianca Grant here at Virtual Business Services of Texas. Today we are talking about delegation hesitation. Now, as an edupreneur, are you finding that there are some things that you should or could delegate and you're holding on to it and you're not giving it out to someone else to do? Well, if that's you, it could be 3 reasons why you're hesitating to delegate, especially if you are an edupreneur that comes from a classroom setting. Now, we're going to talk about those 3 reasons and how you can kind of work around them or start to shift your mindset around delegation. So one reason you may be hesitating to delegate, especially if you come from the classroom, is budgets. Budgets are set in place when you're in a classroom and you know that this is in the budget, this isn't in the budget. There is no wiggle room. But as you are on your edupreneur journey, you can make wiggle room in a budget because now you are the boss. You don't have superiors to answer to, and you can figure out where it is important to find that wiggle room in your budget. So budget is one thing, right? You want to make sure you know what's in your budget and what you can do, but you could be hesitating to delegate because you feel that delegation isn't in the budget. So just look for simple places where you can put delegating some tasks in the budget. The second reason you could be hesitating to delegate, especially coming from the classroom, is recognition. When you are in the classroom, your classroom is your domain. You are the boss in your classroom. You run the show. And so with that being the case, as you venture out into this edupreneur journey, you may find that there are things that you can't do alone. But who will the recognition go to? Well, if you find yourself in that position, there are a couple of things you can do. One, think about the things that you absolutely do not want anyone else's hands on but yours. And that's usually those very specific pieces of your educational service or product or course or whatever you're putting out. If it's something that you definitely know you want to handle it yourself, then do that. There's nothing wrong with that. But in thinking about handling specific things yourself, you also have to think about, well, if I'm going to take all of this on, that means I do need to delegate A, B, and C, or X, Y, and Z. The other piece is share a little of the recognition. Just a little bit. We know as an educator, you are on point and you know what you are doing and you know what you want to bring to the market. But when you have a team, no matter how small it is, the recognition goes to everybody in a sense, not in the same way as it would you as the boss, but sharing a little bit of that recognition kind of makes it easier to delegate because you start to build those levels of trust and you know that your team is going to carry out your request to your liking and to how you want to see it done. The third reason you may be having issues delegating and hesitating to delegate is that when you have a project in the brick and mortar setting or when you were in your classroom, sometimes those projects had to be done like that and you didn't really know the scope of it. You didn't know the full details of it. You just was like, I have to get from this place to getting this done by this time. Well, again, an advantage as an edupreneur who is the boss and who is running your business is that you can institute those deadlines. You can start and stop where you need to. You can look inside a milestone of a project and say, okay, is it time to bring someone in? Is it time to delegate this out? And so again, the ball is in your court, because now you are the boss and you can take it. You can break it down as much as you need to, or you can keep it as big as you need to. You can break it down into really small steps, or you can chunk it out into bigger steps and then decide where to delegate from there. So there's 3 reasons that you may be hesitating to delegate as an edupreneur. If you find other spaces in your edupreneur journey where you're hesitating to delegate, please reach out to Virtual Business Services of Texas for some administrative consulting. You can find us on our website at www.thebsoftx.com. We're on Instagram at thebsoftexas, and we are on Facebook at Virtual Texas, all one word. And you can get in touch with us on LinkedIn as well at VBSOFTX. Thanks, guys. Have a great week.